Speakers of state houses of assembly from different geopolitical zones of the country have accused the leadership of the National Assembly of going back on their agreement to approve the clause on devolution of power to states in their just concluded constitution amendment exercise. For more on this, we have with us in the studio a lawyer, Nihinola Olokun. Many thanks for being here.
Thank you very much.
Now, the National Assembly legislators have not only betrayed State House legislators, but the majority of the citizenry, haven't they?
They have. It appears the National Assembly is far removed from the reality on the ground. And you can see from what has happened that they appear to be self-centered. Only issues pertaining to their own side of our interests have been taken care of in the review that is going on. All the things that relates to the ordinary man on the streets is being, given a shoulder. So they don't care about what happens to the ordinary man on the streets.
All right, but then the Senate President and even the Deputy Senate President says that nothing is foreclosed yet, because why the bill didn't pass through was the fact that some misunderstood, some misread, or some were suspicious of what the devolution was all about. So how is this some form of a betrayal?
It's a betrayal in the sense that Nigerians are clamoring for devolution of power. And what you know by devolution of power is that the center is too heavily concentrated, and the states should have more powers to do much more things. And so when you keep a lot at the center, it means that the federal system is not what you are advocating for. It's still leaning to the unitary form of government. And that is not what we are advocating for at this time of national development.
Some did not understand, and some misread the whole process of saying that there should be a devolution of power. So we are trying to understand how is that betrayal? Because if there was no understanding, why should it scale through?
There was understanding.
Was there a previous agreement?
I'm not quite sure if the majority of Nigerians wouldn't have understood what the National Assembly said. But let's move on now. As a lawyer, isn't it a contradiction that the devolution of power bill was rejected, yet the financial autonomy of states was granted?
That is it. That is why you will know that the Senate and the National Assembly knew what they were doing. They were just giving us with one hand and taking back with the other hand. So it was just a gimmick on the part of the National Assembly.
Indeed.
So where do we go from here now?
Where we can go from here is to keep the agitation going. We say aluta continua. We don't rest on our oars until we get what we really need in this country.
And how do you want to push this forth?
We're going to push this by sensitizing a lot of Nigerians. You can see that the bills that scaled through is already on the social media.
You say sensitizing Nigerians, but how easy will it be for the State House of Assembly to build a consensus and mobilize support?
That is the role of the NGOs, the non-governmental organizations. That is why they're set up, most of them, some of them, and it is to protect the interest of the ordinary man on the streets. So it's back to the drawing board for all the NGOs and non-governmental organizations to do what they are actually set up to do. And that is not only monitoring, but also making sure that you push what's it's good for Nigerians, especially at this time. 21st century Nigeria should not be going back. They should not be setting us back to the 16th century.
At what point will these bills be passed?
It is at the point at which it has gone through the readings, and when the president is okay to assent to it.
But they have also suggested an
an
amendment
that says
that
if the president does not
have the
assent at a
veto
particular time, they will just pass a bill into law.
Well, that is still part of the amendment. So we'll see how it goes with that.
All right. Many thanks for your time, Nihinola. I'm sure I got your name correctly. Olokun. Many thanks for your time.
Being here.
Thank you very much.